Well, hi!
Good evening, and welcome to the 1313 podcast, the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe. I'm Jacob.
I'm Tommy.
No Jackson today. But we will make do.
Jackson, I miss you. Jackson, I love you.
Guys, we gotta break out the Jawa and start puppeting it.
Oh, yeah. Give me a minute. Oh, gosh. Muddy Mando. Be falling down.
To all you Regs, welcome back to the podcast. To all you Shinies, welcome to the podcast.
Dropped his gap.
This is the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe, as you can tell. A little bit of housekeeping before we begin. As always, please be sure to join that Discord. We have tons and tons of fun in that Discord all the time, all days of the week. There's always people in there talking. If you like to talk about Star Wars and you like a non-toxic community, I can't recommend our Discord enough. It's full of lovely people, and it's just a great time.
He's paid to say that. We're being held hostage.
Discord is holding us at gunpoint. You can't see us. Discord is behind the camera.
Discord is forcing us to pay Nitro memberships with Jacob's credit card.
Oh, no.
All right, bro. Honestly, boss, I'm really excited you guys came back for another episode. I really hope that you all enjoyed this week's episode.
Now you have become the cringe. I'm going to put him away.
I thought it was funny.
Also, completely blanking on what I'm supposed to be saying
500
today.
subscribers on YouTube. Please get us to 500 subscribers on YouTube, because when you do...
We will be giving away this Wack Series Bad Batch Rex figure.
The Bad Batch Rex figure. We have it. And you could too.
You can win it. At 500 subscribers, we will be giving away this figure. Let all your friends and family know. If you want it, all you got to do is subscribe. We'll be giving it away. Yeah.
With approximately many points of articulation.
Yep. Anna actually is correct with the painting and the legs. We haven't seen the face yet because we haven't opened it. But
I hope it's not as bad as mine.
Yep. Flashback to Tommy's. Anyways.
Oh, also, check out our Have a Chat episode that we did with Mike Case.
Yeah.
Mike Case is an awesome Black Series channel if you are interested. He also does a couple podcasts of his own. One about Transformers called Bots and Shots. And he also does another Star Wars podcast, mainly about the Black Series, with the Star Wars Black Series on Instagram. So go check that out and check the video out. Check him out. Sub to him if you have not already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's talk some Star Wars.
Okay. But first, we're going to be including these little tidbits of something new, something fun to do as a way to spice up our content. Like, we're not stealing it from Lightsaber Radio, but they do a Hoth Breaker. And I'm just going to credit them with this because I liked their idea so much that I would like to adopt it a little bit. So, today, for our little warm-up, we're going to be doing a Would You Rather. Now, today's question is, would you rather be thrown into a boxing ring with nothing but your hands? Nothing but your hands. No weapons, no armor, no nothing.
You thrown in with nothing but your draws.
Just the dusters. And here's who you're fighting. You have A, Kersantin, or B, Pong Krell.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you. If it's the skinny Black Series Kersantin, I'm picking him. But if not, I'm going to go with Pong Krell.
I'm sticking with Kersantin.
Why?
Because Kersantin only has 2 arms. I've said this before and I'll say it again. At least with Kersantin, you have the even opportunity of being able to break his guard. With Pong Krell, man has 4 arms. There's no way you're penetrating that defense because he could be defending with 2 and wailing on you with 2 others.
All right, dude. All you got to do is just weave and then just hit his little gizzard, and he probably just like I can't think about how delicate that little gizzard is. You see how much it'd be flopping around on Umbara?
But that's why he got his hands up, bro. He's gonna be protecting that.
Nah, he's not, because I'm gonna act like I'm going for a low shot at the ribs. He's gonna go, this is so easy to block, and he's gonna try to grab my dome, and again, weave, and then I just right in the gizzard, and it's gonna go.
But then there's the off chance that it's actually not delicate whatsoever, and then you just kind of punched him in like a throat barrier.
What if it's just really ticklish, and then he just goes for minutes on end, and then he laughs so hard
He dies.
that I tie him into a pretzel, and then I win. Not to mention he has those catfish whiskers. I could just pull. Oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so glad I hit the brim of your hat. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm so glad you hit the brim. You didn't just clock me in the face.
Bonk.
Jacob gets abused on today's episode.
But no, like he has those whiskers, and so I could just pull at those, and he'd go, ow, 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 make it stop. Uncle. And then I win.
See, but that's the thing. Chrysanthemum's covered in hair. I can just pull his hair all over.
But Chrysanthemum is a trained gladiator, like fighter.
Yeah, and what? Ponkrell is a trained Jedi / Sith.
No, but in this scenario, Ponkrell does not use the Force. Because Jedi don't use the Force to hurt people.
Well, he could still use his fists to break your skull.
Yeah, exactly. But I just, again.
But what if he kicks you? What if he tries to kick at you? You gonna weave?
He has little baby knees. I would just kick his knees in. Have you seen his knees?
But it's boxing. You're not allowed to use your feet.
I just punch his knees.
Oh. Feel like,
I'm pretty sure that's illegal in boxing.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
it?
I thought everything had to be above the belt.
Or else they would call me Tommy, taker of knees in the boxing ring, smasher of femurs.
Cracker of femurs.
But yeah, I would definitely choose. I would choose Ponkrell.
I'm going against Chrysanthemum.
It's okay to be wrong. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, Tommy.
It's all right.
Die. I hope Chrysanthemum comes. I hope you're in the back to tank and Chrysanthemum pulls you out one day.
Dadash? For real? Just like that. Just like.
Anyway.
Or would you rather box? Bury the platypus.
No, that man would kick your butt. There is no way you can win a fight against.
No. Let's be real. Perry would get absolutely clapped.
What?
I'd look at. Okay, but here's a thing too. Listen,
have you seen him, bro?
Dude, I'm a master fighter. I would literally just walk up to any of these opponents and go, listen. I bring them right up close to my face. And I'd go, you get the hospital or the morgue. And you get to pick which one I'm sending.
You've obviously never seen an episode of Phineas and Ferb if you think that you have a chance against Perry the Platypus. That man is trained like the Dark Knight in jiu-jitsu. Like,
dude,
that man is unstoppable.
I have seen it. I'm just better.
Bro, he kicks Dr. Doofenshmirtz's butt every day.
Don't care. Didn't ask.
He's a semi-aquatic egg-laying mammal of action.
I don't care.
Bro.
Simply don't care.
You are done.
Whatever, dude.
There's no way you can win against Perry the Platypus.
It's fine.
There's no way.
There is.
Whatever.
I'm impervious to damage. So, like, we'll just leave it at that.
Well, good for you, then.
Thank you.
Back to Star Wars. In Star Wars news this week, the Star Wars Celebration tickets have gone up for sale. Wow.
Star Wars Celebration 2022. Woo,
yeah.
yippee!
Star Wars Celebration, aren't they going to like a bi-yearly schedule? So now
I hope not.
I heard it was not going to. Excuse me. I heard it wasn't going to be every year.
I would imagine if they did it every year still, that they would do every other year in California.
I think they're going to rotate from California and Florida. That's the way that they already rotate it.
They did Chicago a couple years ago.
Oh.
I think it was 2019. Or 2019.
Yeah. I don't know about that. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below.
Or no, that was actually 2018. My bad.
Oh. But yeah, tickets are $75 a pop, and we will not be going unless one of you would like to fund a trip. So
Yeah, right. I'm not going. I wouldn't be able to go.
Why?
I have school.
You're telling me that you would not skip school to go to Star Wars Celebration?
Yeah, because I have to get so many hours in because it's for a certification.
Well, you haven't missed any days yet, have you?
I have missed a day. Because I was driving to the academy and my car's alternator went and then the entire car just stopped in the middle of the road and the brakes locked up and I was like,
Tommy was driving, all of a sudden you just hear and he just was like stopped at a standstill, can't go anywhere.
Dude, I almost died today going to work. Or going to school, I mean.
How?
I was driving up the street and there was a four-way stop, so I had the green light, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not speeding because I was going uphill, and so I'm just driving up, and someone that was stopped at the intersection was just like, man, I really don't feel like waiting for this red light anymore. I choose death. and just decided to coast through the intersection. I had to slam on the brakes, weave around the car, and then I didn't lay on my horn or anything. I just kept driving and just went about 3 breaths and then just continued sipping on my coffee. Just drove to school at 6 o'clock in the morning.
My favorite thing to do is because usually like when there's the thing where you're supposed to lay on the horn to beep at people, because I'm so apprehensive to actually hit the horn. When I do, something happens, I wait 3 seconds and I just kind of go, eh. I don't really...
See, I'm the dude that tries to do a friendly beep, and then I always just end up. Then everyone in like a 5-mile vicinity just goes. And I join in. I go.
I know. There's this guy on YouTube named Colin Furs. He does like a bunch of engineering videos. I know he's not watching this, but shout out to Colin Furs. He's done some stuff for Star Wars. He built his kids not a life-size AT-AT, but a AT-AT playground in their backyard. He has like an underground bunker. He's done projects for Ubisoft, working with Assassin's Creed. But I know one of his inventions was he invented a car horn for like a friendly beep, a harassing beep, and then like something else. Because he's like, it's so hard to communicate what you're doing on the road. So I've decided to create my own. So, no, that's a pretty cool video. I think something like that should be standard, like a friendly beep or something. Because the horn is a tool that, for most people, is received as hostile and anger. So, it's kind of a dangerous thing to use on the road. Because you honk at the wrong person, and then they pull out the 9, and then...
Danger, danger!
And then you end up...
High voltage!
In the casket. No.
But yeah, the tickets are out. I'd love to go, but I don't really want to pay for plane tickets and all that stuff. Yeah,
plane tickets for where we are to get there, because we're on the East Coast, it's about $500 just to get there. So, on top of... So it's $1,000 just to get there and home, $75 for a ticket, and then you need at least $1,000 for all the collectibles that you want to buy. So...
True.
It would be...
Or steal a celebrity's greasy, sweaty sock.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of celebrities, I was looking into this. I found out that these existed today. Topps is doing a run of these cards that I was telling you about this on the phone. It's those it's like a signature set. So literally it's just a box that you buy. And then you get a random chance of getting like a signed, it's like a signed card guaranteed but from like a different actor like within Star Wars. I watched a couple unboxings today. Shout out to Figure Brian. I found a TikTok of the cards. That's how I figured out that they existed, and I saw Figure Brian in the comments. So if you're watching this, man, cool.
Figure Brian was the first person to ever comment on our very first Instagram post. He said, "Wow, nice set."
We love
or
you.
Nice collection or something along those lines.
We love you, Figure Brian. But no. So I saw those and I'm like, oh, those are really cool. It's $75 for a single box. And it only comes with one card. And the fact that you could just get like some no-name guy, I'm like, I don't think I really want to take the chance on it. But there's like, you can get one signed by Adam Driver. I saw a guy pull one from Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon.
My name is Giancarlo Esposito.
And literally he pulled it and just went, Moff Gideon, and set it aside. I was like, what? I thought the card was so cool. I don't understand why he was just like, oh, well.
People do not deserve to have money.
No. You don't appreciate what you are holding in your hand. I know Hayden Christensen did some signatures for it. I know Ewan McGregor signed some cards. And I saw a guy pull Captain Phasma.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and there's like, some of the cards, there's only like, I know the Moff Gideon, he only signed 25 of them. And there's like, probably like,
wow.
There's probably a lot of boxes out. So the fact that he got that one is actually pretty cool. But that is definitely something I feel like, because I personally, we have that card 501st from the guy that played Boba Fett in the original trilogy.
Jeremy Bullock.
Yeah. But that's Jackson's. I don't have anything that's like signed by like a celebrity or anything like that. And I know that there's that convention going on in Tennessee coming up. And I know pretty much everybody from Clone Wars is going to be there. Ashley Eckstein is like the one I wanted to see the most. The guy that voices Obi-Wan, the guy that voices Anakin is going to be there. That'd be so cool to meet them. But I know Ashley Eckstein does like virtual signings sometimes. So I feel like...
What?
Yeah, she like you just mail something in And then
I thought you meant she like pretends to sign it on the computer screen, and then a random person like forges her signature.
No, like you send something in, and then she like does a video of her signing your thing, and basically just like saying like a word or two, and then
That's dope.
she mails it back. But I feel like I would be like, "This is my mint card back Ahsoka Tano figure," and then the person at UPS would be like, "Ooh, what's this?" Like with my package and absolutely destroy it. So I don't think I would ever be brave enough to do a virtual signing. But one day we'll be able to go to a con. I think it'd be a cool vlog if when our city's con came back up, if we like did something.
Hopefully by then I'll finally have my 501st ARC Trooper done.
I don't know what's wrong with my 3D printer, so I don't know when my armor's getting done.
Oh yeah!
I have right now. I'm working on Rex's helmet. I'm working on Echo's helmet still, so I can always just wear a helmet there. And I have the chest piece printed. I just need to get those done, and I got the hand pieces. So literally, it's like I got this piece, and then 2 leg pieces in the shoe. So it's like I don't even have that much left to do. It's just I need to get that printer back up and running.
Do it.
It'd be fun. And then we could do a podcast all wearing our armor, being very uncomfortable the entire time.
So cool, though. We could do a booth. We should try to get a booth just for the podcast.
That's what I was saying. If we did, it'd be cool if like we did. Some people they do like those not live shows, but like we would just sit down and we would record, and we'd have like a hot seat when people could come and we can sit people down, just talk about their experience with Star Wars.
We would have to pre-record that. Because I know that someone we know in real life would sit down and just say the most vulgar thing. Well, and we'd just be like...
Yeah, there's no way we could live stream that. Because, one guy would sit down and then say something racially inaccurate.
Six Semper Tyrannus! And we would...
So, yeah. No, I feel like that'd be a cool idea. If you would like to see that, please leave a comment and let us know. If you want to be on the podcast... Send us an email.
If you would like to be on the podcast, we literally have a wait list that goes out to the end of May now because we have our next several guests put out. But maybe in the summertime we'll go back to weekly guest episodes again. But maybe not.
And I do know this is just an idea. Maybe for a milestone or something. I would like to do a have a chat with the members of our Discord. I feel like it'd be really cool.
That would be so much fun.
If we just did we'd have a private room that we could just drag people into as a voice channel, give them 10 minutes, get to as many people as we can, just talk to a bunch of people. If you're interested in that, also leave a comment and be sure that you're in the Discord.
You have 5 seconds. State your case.
So make sure that you're in the Discord for if we do ever do that, you can be a part of it. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. I watch these guys called the Misfits on YouTube a lot, and they have a podcast. And one of the things that they did is they did that with their patrons. So they would literally pull them in, and then they would talk to them for 5 minutes into a Discord, and then they would just be like, all right, see ya. And then they'd kick them out and pull in someone else.
That's so cool.
So I remember one time they were doing it, and there was people that were impersonating them, like really bad impersonators, and they pulled all of them in at the same time, and they were trying to talk to them, and they're like, okay, you're cringe, goodbye. So
I know Rebel Force Radio, for a lot of their episodes, they have guests do call-ins, viewers do it, and then my father's been on their show a couple times just to talk to them. It would
basically be a call-in, on a radio show. But
it is for another time.
That's for another time.
So, for a weekly topic for discussion, we decided we would discuss the topic of where would Star Wars content go? We know we've got Kenobi, the Bad Batch is continuing, and we've got Andor coming. We've got the Mandalorian continuing.
And we have an unknown animated series on the horizon. We have Acolyte. We have Ahsoka. We have a ton of projects coming out on the horizon. But we're not limiting this conversation just to visual media, like TV and movies. We can expand on this. So I think if you could see, because we're starting to see Star Wars get expanded further and further into the video game universe, more than we've ever seen before, because EA had their exclusive license expired or revoked. So now we're getting more games we're getting Ubisoft, we're getting something from BioWare, I believe. We're getting the new Lego Star Wars game coming out next month. I couldn't be more excited. How about if you could see another Star Wars game what would you want to see out of a new Star Wars game that's not Battlefront 3?
Right. Wow. I think for a game, it would work much better than like a TV show or something. I would like to see a game that focuses on the Clone Wars. And here's what it would be. You would be like able to choose like almost like a not a class system, but like different levels of like, oh, I would like to be, you start out as a grunt level trooper and then you progress to an ARC trooper and then a commando, or something of that nature, or an ARF trooper. There's all different classes of clone trooper, and it would be like a smaller scale, like tactical, like a squad based game. So either 4v4, 5v5, and you would be able to go up like head to head against other teams of clones. And you'd be able to customize your armor, do like not like, oh, I like this unit, like customize your armor, like make your own emblem, put it all over your body and stuff like that. And I think it'd be really cool to have objective based modes where you kind of battle it out that way instead of the grandiose large scale battles that Battlefront franchise has brought us, where that's more of like a Battlefield style game. I would put this more akin to like Search and Destroy on Call of Duty, or like Rainbow Six, or other games like that. I think it'd be a really cool concept, and I think that it would be, again, like a clone commando would be much more put together for covert ops. So like his class setup would be for that, and then an ARC trooper would be more for reconnaissance. He'd be like the officer of the group. And then you have just the regular clone trooper who has a wider array of like an arsenal of weapons. Like you could choose to use the Z6 rotary cannon, the DC-15, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I feel like if I were to see a video game based around clones and the Clone Wars, I would like to see something probably for commandos, or just like a legion of like ARC troopers.
Yes.
But I wouldn't want it to be like you start as like a grunt and then you upgrade.
Yeah.
I would want it to be something kind of following the gameplay of either like the old Black Ops campaigns, or something along the lines of like Gears of War, or if you know,
that'd be dope.
If you know The Division by Ubisoft, something like that, where it's like a third person over the shoulder game. But because The Division, you work with a group of people at all times. You have a squad of NPCs with you, but you could also do it as like actual like teammates and stuff. So it'd be like up to 4 people cooperative, and then it would be like, I feel like it would be so cool if it was like one covert like op, and then you were working through that, and then the whole game was like progressing through that, and like maybe like halfway through you meet up with like your Jedi commander, and then like you going through that, but the game ends with like Order 66 or something.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be really cool. So you see like, it would be like Rogue One, where you see like this, you meet these guys and you're like, oh, this is really cool, and then they all die at the end, like Halo Reach kinda.
Yeah.
But
I would also like the game to be completely disconnected from any other clones or Jedi or anything like that that we're familiar with.
I feel like
I would like them to be, if there was like a story-based part of it, I would like it to be completely disconnected from any characters we're familiar with. I would like to sit down with a group of characters and learn who they are.
I feel like that'd be cool. If we had like, I think I mentioned it in another episode, but if we saw something more like the Battlefield Bad Company 2 campaign, where it's just like, it's a group of people and it's very kind of like funny, I feel like that could work too for like a more like not so serious game, if they were to do something like that. But in the way of video games, I know there's rumors of a open world Mandalorian game, which I think would be pretty
epic.
Cool. I don't know how that would fall within the series of The Mandalorian, if it would have to be a separate thing, because there's going to be a ton of people that aren't going to play the game. And then if you used it as canon story to progress The Mandalorian as a season, I feel like that'd be very ineffective, because you'd alienate a lot of people. But I don't know. I think Star Wars games are really starting to pick up. We have like Eclipse on the horizon. Hunters is going to come out soon, which I've been playing Hunters actually.
Looks super cool.
I got a hold of, I'll when we're done recording, I can let you play around or something. But the combat is actually really cool. It's a lot like Overwatch, but it's all Star Wars based. And it's on mobile. It's free, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It is the best mobile game I have played that's online, period. Usually online games like run really slow, they're super choppy and stuff. It plays relatively seamlessly and it looks good while it's doing it. The only Star Wars like multiplayer game that I'm gonna say is better than it for mobile is Lego Star Wars Battles. I want it for Android, please, but it's never gonna happen. But no, this game is actually really cool. I think more people should get excited about it. I'm surprised not as many people know what it is when it's coming out. We don't know when it's coming out, actually. We know it's gonna be this year, but I'm most excited for it to come out on the Switch. If you know us or if you're in our Discord at all, I got a Switch for Christmas this year and I've been playing the crap out of it, and I remembered, Hunters is going to be kind of a Switch exclusive for consoles, and from what we've seen so far, it looks like it's going to be fantastic on the Switch. There's a couple of gameplay things I hope that they change going from mobile to Switch. Like as of right now, there's no button to attack when you're in the proximity of another player, or if you're aiming at them, you'll just automatically start shooting. I hope that they kind of change that for the console release, that they make it so you're actually able to shoot on your own. I don't know. It's just going to be overhaul the graphics and it's going to run smoother. But they've already added 2 new hunters into the game, 2 support heroes. One is a lot like forget what her name is in Overwatch, where she has a gun that when you shoot enemies it damages them, but it heals your teammates when you shoot them. And then there is another. I think it's not the Rhodian is the one that the healing and killing gun. And then the other one is Admiral Akbar species. I can't think of the name right now, but he has
Mon Calamari.
Yeah, he's Mon Calamari, and he has 2. They look like Jedi training droids, but they act like Zavala's orbs from Overwatch, where you can put them on a player and it will heal them and stay with them, or
sweet.
you can stick it on an enemy and it will hurt them while it's near them. So the game seems really cool. I like that they're adding support heroes off the bat instead of adding more and more attackers, because that's what Overwatch did wrong. They added too many attackers, and then the support classes just kind of like fell to the wayside. Nobody's really playing them, and it didn't encourage that well of team play together. It's just everybody wanted to get kills. So they're adding new guys that are making it fun and exciting to play support. I'm very excited for this game to come out overall, but yeah, in the way of Star Wars games, I can't really think of anything else I would really want.
No, because we're getting that single-player Jedi Fallen Order sequel.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be more multiplayer games coming. There's an open-world game coming. So I think that's all I could really ask for.
Yeah. I don't know. The horizon for Star Wars games is really cool. But let's move away from Star Wars games for now. And let's talk about what other mediums would you like to see Star Wars expand into? Because we got books. We got movies, we got TV, and we got video games. Is there anything else that they could really do?
Okay, so I have an idea for a TV show, and I have an idea for a movie.
Okay.
And I know I've said it a million times. I want a post-episode 9 show. It doesn't need to be about Rey and Finn, although I would prefer that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be about Poe, although I would prefer that. I would like to see what happens next in the Star Wars timeline, because there is no established government structure.
Mm-hmm.
There is no knowing what happens to the fate of Rey or any of the other main characters. And there is no knowing, are there still remnants of the First Order? We just see a couple Star Destroyers fall, like on Cloud City and on Endor, but we never see like what happens to the rest of the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that. I think it would be really good as a TV show. I think that a lot of the fandom is still very bitter about the movies, and I think that it would not perform well in the box office in a movie theater. However,
I feel like if you marketed it as a kids show, it would be fine, because that way it would be something for kids primarily to watch. You don't have to worry about like trying to make all the adults that watch it like super happy about it. But I wouldn't do it as kiddie as Resistance.
Right. And I think too, like, a lot of people say like that they don't want anything to be done with the sequel movies, like, or anything to do with any of the characters or anything of that nature. My question to you is, as a person who very strongly or doesn't, really care for the movies or very strongly dislikes them, would you rather have it looking down the road 20 years from now. Because now it's like, oh, the prequels are pretty well received nowadays by the community. We have a lot of prequel related content in the last few years that are now showing up on our that's a hair that are now showing up in on the silver screen or our blue screens on our phones. And so the question is, 20 years down the road, would you really you don't know what happens next in the Star Wars universe? They just leave it at that with I'm Rey Skywalker. That's it? And that you don't know what happens to anyone or anything? Or would you rather have different storytellers come in, take their expertise, particularly John and Dave.
The dogs are under attack.
Dogs be barking. But anyway.
Okay.
But I think it would just be really cool to see a TV show where John and Dave or another storyteller is coming in and taking these characters and taking the things that people didn't like and not changing them or retconning them, but filtering them and making them a little bit more digestible for people who were dissatisfied with the movies. And I think that it would really help the storyline a lot. And I would like to see more with Star Wars. And you can't really, in my opinion, you can't go further with this timeline without knowing what happens to the main characters in the last part of the timeline.
You want to know what I want?
What?
This is my idea for a movie. I was talking to my dad about this, and he brought this up, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I hope that the Ahsoka series, I hope that Mando, I hope Book of Boba are all pieces of Lincoln Logs, just kind of like how Marvel was with their movies. And I hope they establish Thrawn as the big bad guy in Ahsoka. And I hope that they come out with a movie with all the people that we see come together through Ahsoka, the Thrawn being in the Ahsoka series. We see people from The Mandalorian. We see Boba Fett from the Book of Boba and any other shows that they do in between all come together for this giant cinematic ending with Thrawn as the big bad guy. And you can follow some of the story from Heir to the Empire, and you can kind of borrow that and actually use that timeline to make something that people would have what they were hoping to see with 7, 8, and 9. But it wouldn't necessarily be retconning those movies. I think it would be really cool to see if Thrawn was completely thrown out by the Chiss Ascendancy, or the Chiss Ascendancy has fallen at this point. He has nothing to go to. And if you started to build the First Order, and he was the creator of it, because from what we see, the First Order just exists. It just appears. Right. And we already know that Thrawn was working with Palpatine. So I feel like it'd be cool if, because we know before Thrawn disappears, I'm not going to say that. Wait. Yeah, this is spoilers for the last Thrawn book before Ascendancy. Have you read it yet?
No.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to mention it. But I feel like it would be cool if we saw something with Thrawn upholding an order that Palpatine gave him before he disappeared with Ezra, of something to create another army or something like that if something hit the fan. So then that we would see Thrawn assembling the First Order. And then it would be like Mando, Ahsoka, and Boba, and all those other characters being like, we have to get Thrawn. And then I feel like that would just be really cool. The giant, Thrawn equals Thanos, Blue Man.
I really like that idea. I just hope they don't try to rip off Marvel.
Well,
make it exactly like Infinity War and Endgame.
They already kind of did. I am Iron Man, and I am all the Jedi.
I don't want to see it again. I don't want to see that happen again. But I would like to see a big team up.
Yes, I feel like that would be cool. It's just, I want them to piece it together like how Marvel does.
Well, I feel like they're already laying down the pieces. Mando has connections with Ahsoka, who has connections with Luke. He has connections with Boba Fett.
If we could see a young Luke, Han, and Leia go up against Thrawn and actually have it like an Heir to the Empire type story, that would be so
Alden
cool.
Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work.
I don't know. I feel like it would be cool. Hope.
A cannoli hope.
I can only hope. I just want to see. I want to see Thrawn a lot in the coming years.
Well, I think we all do.
Because, well, not all of us do. Some people probably don't some people probably care
Some
less.
people suck.
I can't wait for us to see the live action Thrawn in a trailer or a teaser or something, and everybody to go. But he doesn't have cartoonish features. He doesn't have prosthetics that he could never do any real acting in. No, Thrawn is one of our favorite characters here at the 1313 podcast. So I want to see him in live action, and I want to see him for a little bit.
I care more about Thrawn's character being accurate than how big his 5 head is.
Yeah. But no, I feel like I just can't wait to see Thrawn in live action. I hope they do a lot with him.
Yeah.
Can we get a Thrawn TV show? Please.
Oh, yes. This artwork is very, very naughty.
It would be. How cool would it be if they took the Ascendancy books and they had adapted it into film? That would be cool. Seeing Thrawn, like, it basically be Avatar with a bunch of blue people, but like seeing like the Chiss Ascendancy and the workings of that, and then you can shorten it like all 3 books, and you can put everything in that. Or you can just do one book and make a Thrawn cinema trilogy. I would be on board for that. I love Thrawn. There's so much story that he has as a character established in the books that you can do a lot with him.
It'd be super hot fire.
And the story of Thrawn is so fantastic. I feel like there are too many people that are missing out on it because they don't like to read, or Star Wars books aren't their things, or they don't have time and they'd rather just sit down and digest media visually. Because I feel bad for those people because they're missing out on probably one of the best stories Star Wars has to tell.
Yeah.
And I know I mentioned it in the Have a Chat, but I don't know if everybody watched it, but I did reach out to Timothy Zahn, the author of the Thrawn books, to ask him if he would like to do a Have a Chat, and he actually responded. And he very politely said no. So I was just glad that the creator of one of my favorite characters of all time acknowledged my existence. That was pretty cool. But sadly, Timothy Zahn will not be on the podcast. But hey, I know you're not watching, but I really appreciate you for reaching out.
Oh my goodness.
He replied to me in an hour, which was really crazy. I thought it was going to take like days or never.
Maybe he just has a bot that goes through all the people that reply to him.
It wouldn't surprise me. And it was so stressful sending that message because I kept looking over it over and over again because he's an author. If I have like a spelling error or a grammar mistake, he's going to be like, these people are stupid. I'm not doing
Neanderthals.
Yeah, so I was like looking over it over and over again at work before I sent it. And I sent it. I was like, I just had to make sure that there was no spelling mistakes. And then Luke, I know Luke's not watching this, but our coworker Luke just goes, you got a spelling mistake right there. I was like, huh? And I started going over again. I was like, where? And he goes, right there. And I was like, oh, you're messing with me. But no, that was super cool. Thank you, Timothy Zahn, for replying.
Thank you.
I wish that you could come on the show, but we're not cool enough.
We don't have money.
We don't have clout. But no.
Anyways.
You say that you had a movie idea.
I do have a movie idea. I would like to see a Star Wars movie that is set in the Old Republic. Not the High Republic.
We aren't we though?
Old Republic.
We're getting Acolyte, which is a show that
Acolyte is High Republic.
I thought it was Old Republic.
That's High Republic.
I thought it was Old Republic.
You're wrong. Wrong-o. I would love to see just an Old Republic movie. I would like to see characters from the Old Republic games repurposed and refurbished. I would not like to see a cookie cutter, like just pulling the story from the game and slapping it into a movie script.
So you want them to retcon the entire game?
It's not canon.
Do you know how mad people would be,
dude?
If they took all that and they were
you think people would be mad?
Yes.
If they took Darth Revan and put him in a trailer and said, "There's an Old Republic movie coming with a new story," I don't think anybody would be upset.
Tommy, you do realize that people are getting upset about the Inquisitor's head shape, right? If you don't give them the exact cookie cutter story of the Old Republic, they are going to burn this world to the ground.
But I want the scantily clad women and the guys that are like can deadlift 765 pounds 8 times for reps. And and I just want everyone to look completely unrealistic, and all I want the story to be is decapitations and romance.
Nice.
AKA, you've never done anything remotely with the movie industry, but you think for some reason your opinion has some gravity in this scenario. We are not the Star Wars makers. We are the Star Wars consumers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
And I choose to not be miserable every day of my being. So you should do the same. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, just straight up Old Republic movie.
That would be cool. I don't really have anything else I can touch on in the ways of, because we're already expanding into more comics. We're getting manga now through Star Wars. We had it in anime. There's nothing really else that they could expand into unless they want to expand into Bollywood. But
Star Wars Bollywood.
I would eat that up. Have you ever seen a Bollywood
Battle
film?
droid grabs rock. Rock becomes gun. Battle droid shoots clone police officer.
Seen?
Yes, I've watched in Bollywood.
My roommate Adian. I know he's not watching this, but shouts out to Adian. He's from India, and he's been showing me a bunch of clips from movies and stuff, and I forget what movie this is, but he was showing me this clip where literally it's in their religion, the god Shiva, literally is like an embodiment in a person in this, and he has a trident. And he's just running people through like 3 at a time and whipping them across the room. And it's filmed exactly like how Book of Boba was. When it would be like, action, slow motion. Action, slow motion. And I was like, this is amazing.
That is awesome.
I love it. It's live action anime. So if we had something like that for Star Wars, I would love that. I would also like to see maybe if, I know they're not going to do this, but if we could get a rated R project for Star Wars. I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
I guess that's where, like, other than like showing the violence,
that's the only.
I don't really get what more would come from a rated R Star Wars, because Star Wars characters don't cuss. I mean, other than saying
Ferrick.
Yeah, but like they don't like say like earthly cuss words, and like I don't know about some of you neckbeards out there, but I know that like they're not going to show like any like graphic scenes. So like other than, and I mean Mando was pretty violent in episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. So like I don't know what more rated R, the R rating would bring to a Star Wars film.
So if we're getting an R rating, I think it's an elevated level of violence that we would get. So I feel like something that could work for it would be something like Andor, where we're seeing a character that's basically a Jason Bourne / kind of John Wick level of fighting. If we could get that, or the one thing that people want a lot is a rated R Vader movie or a Vader show. I feel like that could be good because we know he's literally, for what we see, he's one of the biggest embodiments of evil. He's super dark. He doesn't hold back. He's literally crushing people's throats and slashing them with a lightsaber, but because it has that PG rating, we only see like a score mark on their chest or like a score mark here and there. But where in actuality, if you're taking a plasma beam that can cut through 3 metal doors at once, it would chop you in half like butter. So I think what people really want to see is they just want to see a lightsaber do what it could really do and just dismember people. Because we got that in the original Force Unleashed game, and I feel like that was the taste that people needed. And now that they saw that you can cut limbs off and decapitate people, I think they were like, give me more of that.
Right.
So I feel like that's what they could do. I don't think they're going to add space sex scenes in a Star Wars movie, or they're going to have people cursing left and right, because it just doesn't fit what Star Wars is. Like, it worked for Deadpool with Marvel because that's who Deadpool is as a character, and that's how he's been written
But
forever.
Deadpool was already established that
Yes.
way. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it would work for something like Darth Vader, because we're established that he's ruthless and
That's
that
fair.
he's like a giant Dark Lord. Or it would work for Andor because we established that he's willing to do anything for his cause, and we know that he's like secret agent man. So I feel like those would be cool, but I can't really think of anything else that Star Wars could expand into. And if you think you have a good idea for what Star Wars can expand into, please let us know in the comments below or mention it in the Discord.
Just be letting us know. We'll let you know if your opinion is garbage.
Yeah, make a discussion that way. And relating news that isn't Star Wars. I know that you've seen The Batman.
Lay Batman.
Mm-hmm. The Batman is a really good movie. Now, apparently...
Spoilers for The Batman.
No, this isn't spoilers
no?
for The Batman. You've seen the Michael Keaton Batman, right? The
No.
very first one?
No.
You've never seen
I've
the
not
first
seen it,
one?
no.
So, This is his suit for like the first one. It's very comic book like.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, he was spotted on set in a Batman costume. Michael Keaton was. Let me pull up a picture real quick. So people are rumoring, because we know that there's a new Flash movie coming out, and it's gonna deal with the multiverse of the DCU. So people are wondering if this is gonna be, it's part of that, but I'm hoping it's not another Michael Keaton Batman, because those ones were they're like funny, they're quirky, they're like, I don't think it would really hold up in today's world seeing it, because it's like it's an old style of comic book movie. But people are rumoring that in this new Flash movie where we see him going through the different universes, he might go to Michael Keaton's Batman.
Wow.
And that's why we're seeing him now. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That'd be dope.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of hate the Flash as a character. I think his power's dumb, that he can just run fast, and sometimes he runs so fast that he travels through time. I think it's kind of stupid. I don't really like the actor that they chose for the Flash show.
I was at school and I was like, somehow the conversation came up the other day about what superpower you would have. And like 8 of the people were like, yeah, I would want the Flash's superpower. I'd want to run so fast I can travel through time. And I was like, that's like so lame.
Mm-hmm.
That's just lame.
Mm-hmm. But now that there's like on the horizon that there might be Michael Keaton's Batman in the Flash movie, now I'm like, okay, now I might have to see it. Because at first I was planning, I'm like, I'm not going to see it. I'll watch it when it goes on HBO Max. But now that the fact that might be a thing, I'm like, okay, I might see it. Plus the Batman was really good. Peacemaker was really good. The Joker was really good. The first Aquaman was pretty
They're really
good.
turning it around.
They're turning it around.
And it's because they do the things that Marvel can't do because of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if they just keep on that path, they will be successful.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Let us know what you think in the comments below. I will keep telling you to interact because I like your interaction. But now that you brought it up about superpowers, what superpower would you have? If you could have anything, what would you have?
I don't even remember what I said. I think I would want... I would just take Deadpool's power, dude.
Cancer.
The ability the ability to regenerate.
Yeah.
Just like I could just get chopped up, I could get diced up and I'm still alive.
Yeah, well, I would say Wolverine then, because Wolverine doesn't have cancer.
You're right.
I think if I could have a superpower, my superpower would be creating like reality out of fiction. So basically, that opens up the door to do whatever I want.
Jacob creates HasLab Rancor.
Dude, that's
Jacob creates waifu. Jacob creates
Shrek. So
Shrek in 9-inch heels.
Did you see that they're making a Shrek remake?
A remake, like a remaster?
No, like they're making another Shrek movie.
Why?
I don't know.
I saw they were making a Puss in Boots movie.
Yes, I saw the trailer for that today. And I remember I loved the original Puss in Boots. So I will be seeing... It comes out in September 26th, I think. So I will be seeing that movie in theaters.
Why are they remaking Shrek?
I don't know. It might just be like an expansion of it. Or they're just... I don't know. But, no, I feel like... Because then if I had the ability to make fiction a reality, I could be like, I'm going to make lightsabers. I can make...
That's fair.
Wands from Harry Potter. I can have Spider-Man's powers if I want. I could have any power from any superhero because it's all fiction. So, yeah, I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
Dang.
That's what I would do if I was a superhero.
Oh, God! Why am I choking, dude? Dude, my allergies have been bothering me today.
We can tell.
Seasonal allergies.
They're killing you.
They are.
They are killing you. Do you want to do this question? Or do you want
Yeah, let's do our question of the day.
Okay.
All right, so I came up with this. So we're going to do this question of the day before we kind of get into our, like, toy obsessions. But, so the question of the day. All right, scenario. You're at the bar. You're getting some spotchka. You're getting some Java juice, you know. You're a couple drinks in. And there are 3 fine specimens at the bar. Fine specimens. First off, you look over to your left. You got Sice noodles. You're like, man, She's giving you the eyes. She's giving you the lips. You look over to your right. You see Mama the Hutt. She's rubbing her tummy at you. She throws a couple of those Minoc things at you. And you're like, and one of them says like, get over here, little boy. And you're just like, oh man, I'm salivating now. And then you turn around and now the bartender's looking at you. And the bartender is none other than Wyoslia herself from A New Hope. And you're sitting there and
Please
you're just
have there
like,
be pictures on the screen.
there are pictures.
Okay.
But you're just sitting there and all three of these fine specimens are hitting on you simultaneously. But you're thinking about it and you're like, man, I'm only going to take one of these ladies home tonight. Who are you taking home?
Who are you taking home, Tom?
Let me lay it on you. I'm going to take home Wyoslia. First of all, she's the bartender in the scenario. So taking her home is just going upstairs because she owns the bar. And then secondly, she's ugly on the outside, but I'm sure she's very nice on the inside.
I thought you were just calling her a fine-looking specimen, Tommy.
She is a fine-looking specimen, but she also ugly. Plus, I don't. Wyoslia. That's just, she's the obvious choice of the three.
I don't know about y'all, but Size Noodles, I'm taking her home. You want to know why? Because karaoke going crazy with her.
Oh, man.
Karaoke going crazy with her. Go to one of those karaoke rooms.
You know what, though? You wake up in the morning, and she ransacked your house. She took all your valuables.
She took your little Hut diary.
I'm sorry, baby. I took all your stuff. You should learn before you break a little girl's heart.
Yeah, you wake up dead in an unmarked grave in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
It just makes it so much better that she ends up working for Jabba.
Yeah.
Because Jabba hated Zero.
Yeah.
And so that's like Jabba's like, yeah, way to go. You want to work? Do you want a job?
You want a job? You want a job? But no. Yeah. For completely unrelated reasons of anything else. Slash Noodles and karaoke's going crazy.
No disrespect to Mama the Hutt. She's just a little too much Hutt for me.
She's literally the size of a building.
She's just a little too much Hutt for me. Anyways, on to, I don't think we have any Lego news this week, do we?
I know nothing Star Wars related. I know that they just came out with revealed the Lego set for the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Oh,
like the UCS set.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Let me double check to see if there's anything.
Looks alright.
Nope, nothing at all. In my Lego news, I just paid off the rest of my pre-order for Lego Star Wars
That's a
Skywalker
W.
Saga. So I'm all set and ready for that to come out.
I still have to get it.
Yes, you should. Because I got it for a Switch because I wanted to be able to play instantaneously. I didn't want to have to sit there and let it download. Because if I got it because I wanted to get the physical copy so I can get that Luke minifigure that's exclusive to it. Because I know there's going to be there's people that aren't going to pre-order it. And right now it's going to be worth nothing. Like all those book minifigures were. But give it 10 years and its market price is going to be
skyrocket
through the roof.
And that'll put you through college.
Mm-hmm. Well, literally it's just the headpiece and the milk carton that's new. So it's the headpiece itself is what's going to be worth probably $50.
Probably.
So, I know it's not going to be anything crazy, but I like the exclusivity of it. So I got the physical copy. I do know if you get the digital copy, you get a exclusive Obi-Wan skin. Ooh. I believe. So that's
so get both.
I thought about it. I know Jackson is getting the digital copy because he has the digital Xbox One, and I am currently game sharing with him. So I will also have it on Xbox, but I'm getting it on my Switch so I can play it instantaneously. And I remember I grew up playing it on the Wii, and I thought, why not keep it with a Nintendo console and play it on the Switch? Sweet. The only thing I'm worried about is if the graphics will be downgraded at all, or how well is it going to play? Because I know third-party titles on the Switch sometimes have a track record for not playing the greatest. So, fingers crossed it plays well. If it doesn't, I'll just be playing it on the Xbox.
We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, though, we do have some Black Series news. So, we are recording this on a Friday instead of a Wednesday. So, looking at it, Star Wars Fan Celebration was this week. Basically, it was just an out of nowhere thing where a bunch of random news sites released some figures or announced some figures that were mainly they were all retailer exclusives. So there were some TVC ones. I'm not going to get into those because they did not interest me. But there were 2 Black Series figures, both gaming greats, so both GameStop exclusive. So good. Yes, we like that. GameStop is a good exclusive. First of which completely blew me out of the water. Was not expecting it at all. What?
I'm not going to talk about it here.
Okay. Pray for Jacob. The first one completely blew me out of the water. It was the 13th Battalion Trooper from Jedi Fallen Order. Never, ever thought this one was coming.
Yes.
Never thought. But I was really happy to see it. It looks great. It's on the new clone body, which for those of you who watch the podcast, I'm not crazy about, but I can definitely get over it in this case because they gave it the accurate, realistic helmet instead of that Clone Wars helmet.
Yes, which was fantastic.
He has the brow painted on the helmet, and that's all that I could ask for. I do want to say, too, whoever's been doing the figure photography recently for the Black Series figures...
They're stepping up their game.
Needs a raise, because those poses are so good and so natural looking. They're taking notes from Action Display. If you're not subscribed to Action Display, go subscribe. Other than that, though, we also got another figure, which is Clone Commando Fixer from Republic Commando. Another clone that, again, 2 clones. I've been shouting at the hills, Hasbro, make more clones. And then they said, here, have these clones. And I said, thank you, Hasbro. Now do more. But this one, again, I know that, I know, Jacob, you are not a fan of the fact that they use the hunter body on these guys.
I think, because, let's be honest, these guys are roided out. They're yoked. They are giant. It should be the size of Wrecker in a figure, for what I believe. I don't see why they didn't just...
Well, they're the same size as a regular clone. They just have very bulky armor. But in my opinion...
why could they just do, Wrecker's torso on the rest of the body and then slimmed it down at the bottom?
What I don't understand is you have the Clone Commandos and Hunter in the same show. They very clearly have different sets of armor. But then again, the Gaming Greats line is heavy reuse, and they already did Boss this way, so it's expected that they would do the rest of the Delta Squad this way, so they all look uniform. They did a new sculpt for his backpack, as well as a new sculpt for his helmet, which I was also very surprised about. I thought they were just going to do a straight-up reissue of Boss and just paint him differently. But they did not, and I'm very happy about it, so I picked up both the figures. I pre-ordered them. They don't show up till March and April of 2023, but I'm okay with that. If that's what it takes to get a figure, if I have to wait a year, that's okay by me.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
There's some TVC figures of the Imperial Gunner that came out. There's the what is it? Bespin.
These are 2 named
Bespin
Bespin guards.
Yeah. This is pretty disappointing. I just checked Crimson Dawn Collectibles just to see if there was anything that we missed. Some people are getting their vintage collection Book of Boba on Tatooine figures, the all cardboard box.
Yeah.
Look at how they package it.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I saw.
I'll
put up that picture.
That is terrible. That looks so dumb.
But then again, that's probably something you'd want to keep in the box. So
it's something I'd want to take out of the box.
Really?
I want to play with this figure.
Oh.
So, a little disappointed with how that is. I was just checking to see if there was anything else that came up for that little collector con.
Nope.
Speaking of collector cons, Walmart's having their collector con next week.
Boo!
It's on the 24th of this month. So, can't wait to get more exclusives. Yay!
I can't wait. Wow.
Hopefully we'll get something cool.
This will be the 3rd year in a row that Walmart gets a wave of exclusive figures.
Maybe we can get some figures for Kenobi? No. If Walmart had the Kenobi line, I'd be so mad.
I would be very upset if they did that.
Well, at least it's not Walgreens.
But, so we do some weekly pickups before we wrap up this week's episode.
Show mine off. First, we have the Night Brother from Jedi Fallen Order Zabrak Warrior.
Very nice.
Very cool figure. Very pointy horns. I like how his weapon has a Rancor tooth at the very base of it for the pommel. Looks very sick. I like the paintwork on it, how it's not just flat yellow, how he has some dirt and grime on him, make him look all dirty. Paint apps are fine. I'm pretty sure that these legs are just like Darth Maul legs.
Those are from the original Darth Maul figure.
Yeah. Kind of looks like you could just take this figure and put a new head on it and make it Dan Malicos.
You could.
Hasbro. Another gaming grades
Do
figure.
it.
Just do it. I would not be mad about it if you just
Terran
replace the torso.
Malicos. That's dope. I never even thought of that.
That'd be because that looks pretty good for the bottom half.
Yeah, just give him a new head and call it a day.
Yeah.
Wow. Good thinking.
So Hasbro, if you're listening, Terran Malicos.
Do it.
We're already getting Jedi Fallen Order figures. We got this guy. We got the new clones coming up. Make him.
I also picked up the Night Brother. I don't have him with me. I did get Muddy Mando. If you want to see, Jackson did a review of the Muddy Mando figure on our channel. You can go check that out
Shouts
on
out
YouTube.
to Jackson, wherever you are.
Yes. I also got the Tartakovsky General Grievous. I have one out of box and one minty fresh on card.
Wow.
This figure is phenomenal. A big step up from the original General Grievous. I can tell you for a fact right now that they either made the hands tighter or they made the lightsaber hilts thicker because he holds the lightsabers very snugly, and the articulation on this figure is much better than the original Grievous. The paint apps are much more detailed upon closer inspection than one would think. I'm just highly impressed with the figure all around. I can get it in all kinds of poses. I like that the cape is one layer of fabric instead of multiple layers of fabric.
The hilts are the same size.
They are?
Yep.
And they must have made the hands tighter then.
Yep.
All around, he stands up. This whole podcast, he has been standing up.
Yep, never fell.
Never fell once.
I can hit the table, he's probably not going to fall. It's Tesla.
Jacob hit the table a couple times, and he's more sturdy than Mando and the Night Brother. So
yeah, he's doing fine.
You get sturdy on him. But this figure looks great, and I'm happy with it, and I'm hoping that the rest of the line comes in. Walmart blessed me for once, unlike they did for these TVC ARC Troopers. You can see that the ARC Trooper card back is all kinds of
bendy,
messed up, but the ARC Trooper captain showed up in pretty good condition.
Very nice.
Excuse me. I'll keep saying The Grievous looks great. I'm excited for the rest of the line. Walmart did send those in a box instead of a bubble mailer. Thank the Lord. And one had a slightly bent card back and one was minty. So that's all I could ask for. And, excuse me, then if you haven't checked out our vlog that we did a figure hunting vlog. Mm-hmm. I picked up from Walmart the Mission Fleet Tech with the Bad Batch ATRT. And I did want to take a second to talk about the Mission Fleet collection real quick. I'm really impressed with the collection. I think Mission Fleet is doing a great job at bringing relevant characters. And they have their gimmick is that they have these cool vehicles. Mm-hmm. And they're awesome looking vehicles. Even if they're not canon, like this Bad Batch ATRT is sick. Mm-hmm. It's got great deco, great paint apps. I also have the Bad Batch 4-pack that came out, as well as, you probably saw me swooshing it around a little bit if you're watching, this battle droid with the Stap. Again, great character selection with this line. I think that if you're a collector who's tired of the Black Series or tired of the vintage collection or both, get into this line. It's inexpensive. It's always in stock. You can always find it in store or
and
online.
They look great. They're fun.
They do look great, and they have good articulation for the scale. Decent paint apps for the scale. I mean, dude, Imperial Crosshair can store his rifle on his back, and it doesn't fall off, and it doesn't have a clip. It just sits in there. So I'm very happy with this line, and again, I think you should get into it if you haven't already.
I checked Walmart today, and they had a Mando and the Razor Crest there.
Yes, I've seen it.
It's only a matter of time.
I wish I could get more of the line, but finance-wise, between the Black Series and other stuff, I just can't afford to get into that, but hopefully sometime in the future I'd be able to complete my Mission Fleet collection and get everything in the line.
Yeah, they're super cool. They're perfect for kids' toys, especially because they're always on stock. They always have them, so it's perfect for a small child to get. And plus, they have like the playability with it since they come with a vehicle. So
Indeed.
If you have a little one at home that likes Star Wars, rather than spending $20 on Black Series for them, I would rarely recommend the vintage collection or getting these.
But yeah, other than that,
I think that is all we
that wraps
have
up the podcast
for today's episode. We went on for a while.
We sure did. This was a good episode.
And we didn't talk about just Star Wars today. We threw in a couple other things.
They can't do that.
I know.
How dare they?
We're sorry. We're sorry. If you liked today's episode and you liked how freeform it was and how a little bit more flowy, please let us know in the comments below. That's right. I'm asking you again.
Aside from my allergenic sniffling.
We hope you liked it. So, be sure to leave that comment, leave a like, please subscribe if you're not already, show us to a friend, share us around, put us on Facebook, we don't care. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We're always posting on TikTok now. We like making them, they're pretty fun. So, give them TikTok some love. We'd really appreciate it. And also be sure that you're listening to us on your car and taking us on the go with Spotify, Apple Music, and Anchor, and wherever podcasts can be listened to. And don't forget, we also have video on Spotify. So please, thank you very much for watching today's episode of the 1313 podcast. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody!
Dun, 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 dun. Dun 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 hum da da hum da da hum dum dum da hum da da hum da da dum dum da dum da ba do ba do ba do ba do ba dum ba dum ba dum ba do ba dum ba do ba dum dum hum da dum hum da da hum dum 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 da dum hum da da hum dum da da hey I'm ba dum da dum dum hum da dum da dum da dum da